In the early hours of June 24, 2026, Venezuela was struck by two powerful earthquakes back-to-back. The first measured 7.2 in magnitude. Just 39 seconds later, a stronger 7.5 magnitude quake hit. These twin tremors devastated parts of the country, especially in the north near Caracas and La Guaira. Buildings collapsed, lives were lost, and the energy released was enormous. A geologist speaking to Infobae explained the scale. The main 7.5 quake alone released energy equivalent to about 260 nuclear bombs, like the one dropped on Hiroshima. That comparison helps people understand just how massive the force was underground. But it is important to remember this was not an explosion. It was the sudden release of energy that had built up over many years between tectonic plates. Let us understand what happened. Venezuela sits where the Caribbean plate and the South American plate meet. These plates slide past each other in what geologists call a strike slip, or transcurrent fault. It is similar to the San Andreas Fault in California. Over decades, stress builds up, then it snaps. In this case, two big releases happened almost at the same time. The first quake was a 7.2 at around 20 kilometers depth. The second, stronger one was shallower at about 10 kilometers. Shallower quakes often cause more damage on the surface because the energy reaches buildings faster. The epicenters were near Moron and San Felipe in Yaracuy state, west of Caracas, but the shaking was felt far away, even in parts of neighboring countries. People in Caracas described sudden panic. The ground shook hard, buildings swayed, glass shattered. Many ran into the streets in the middle of the night or evening. Dust filled the air from collapsing structures. In some neighborhoods, tall apartment buildings pancaked or partially fell. Rescue teams immediately began searching through the rubble for survivors. The human cost has been heavy. Reports say hundreds have died, with the number rising as more bodies are recovered. Thousands more are injured. Many people remain missing. Hospitals are treating the wounded. Volunteers and emergency workers are digging with whatever tools they have. Families wait anxiously for news of loved ones trapped under concrete. This disaster hits Venezuela at a difficult time. The country already faces many challenges. Now, entire communities must deal with destroyed homes, damaged roads, and interrupted services. Power went out in many places. The main airport was affected. Rescue efforts continue around the clock. Why was the damage so severe? Experts point to building quality in some areas. Many structures were not built to the highest seismic standards. Older buildings and those made with weaker materials suffered the most. In a country with economic pressures, construction standards can vary. This event shows how important it is for buildings to withstand strong shaking. The energy comparison to 260 nuclear bombs sounds shocking. Here's some context. A magnitude 6 quake is roughly one Hiroshima bomb. Each full point higher on the Richter scale releases about 31 times more energy. So a 7 is 31 times a 6. A 7.5 is much more. The two quakes together released a tremendous amount. But unlike nuclear bombs, this energy spread out through the Earth as seismic waves over seconds and minutes, not in one instant blast. Geologist Eduardo Malagnino explained this clearly. He noted the logarithmic nature of the scale. Small increases in magnitude mean huge jumps in power. He also said these were two independent events, not a main shock and aftershock in the usual way. That made the impact even stronger. After the main quakes, there have been many aftershocks. Over 100 have been recorded. Each one keeps people on edge. Residents are advised to stay outside or in safe, open areas when possible. Gas lines were shut off in some places to prevent fires. Authorities declared a state of emergency.
International help is arriving. Countries are sending rescue teams, supplies, and medical aid. The global community is watching and supporting Venezuela in this crisis. Volunteers inside the country are also stepping up, bringing shovels and helping clear debris. Looking at the science, earthquakes like this remind us how active our planet is. Tectonic plates are always moving, very slowly. Most of the time we do not feel it, but when they lock and then release, the results can be catastrophic. Venezuela is not the most seismically active country in the region, but it has experienced strong quakes before. This one stands out as one of the strongest in over a century. For those living through it, the experience is terrifying. Imagine being in your home when the floor suddenly moves violently, furniture falls, walls crack. The noise is deafening. Then the second wave hits so soon after. People had almost no time to react. In the days after, stories emerge of bravery, neighbors helping neighbors, strangers pulling people from ruins, doctors working without rest. These human moments show strength even in tragedy. Rebuilding will take time and resources. Homes, schools, hospitals, and infrastructure need repair or replacement. Engineers will assess which buildings are safe. New construction must follow better codes to protect against future events. Scientists continue to study the data. They use this event to learn more about the fault system in the area. Better understanding can help improve early warning systems. Even a few seconds of warning can save lives by giving people time to get under sturdy tables or move to open spaces. For the people of Venezuela, this is a moment of loss and also resilience. Many have already survived tough times. Now they face this natural disaster on top of everything else. The road ahead involves mourning the dead, caring for the injured, and slowly rebuilding what was broken. The energy released was immense, equal to hundreds of nuclear bombs in total force, yet it came from the Earth itself, from forces deep below the surface that we cannot control. All we can do is prepare better, build stronger, and support each other when nature strikes. As aftershocks continue and recovery efforts go on, the world sends thoughts and aid to Venezuela. This event is a reminder of how powerful our planet can be and how fragile human structures are in comparison. It calls for unity and careful planning for the future. What if the ground beneath your feet suddenly unleashed the power of 260 nuclear bombs? On June 24, 2026, that unimaginable force struck Venezuela in the form of two massive earthquakes just seconds apart. Today, we dive deep into what happened, why it was so destructive, the science behind the shocking energy comparison, and the human stories emerging from this tragedy. Stay with us as we uncover the full picture of this historic disaster. The earthquakes in Venezuela have left a deep scar on the nation, but the spirit of its people remains strong. As recovery continues, let us remember the importance of preparedness and international solidarity in times of crisis. If you found this information valuable, like, comment, and share to spread awareness. Subscribe for more in-depth looks at world events and natural phenomena. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and take care.